Okay, in this lecture, we're going to talk about two things. One, the profitability of services. How do we measure and manage them? And then secondly, the alphabet soup of acronyms around customer service and service management and related functions. So let's start first with the profitability of services. There's a number of ways to do it. You can dump all your data into Excel and generate your reports that way. Not a recommended way for a number of reasons, in that you don't have control of your data. You can't trust the reports. On the other hand, it's very flexible. As everyone knows, Excel is very easy to manipulate and manage and all that, but it's not a really robust system for reporting. Another option is to build interfaces into some kind of third-party reporting system. Downside of that is you have to build those interfaces, and why would you do that when you can utilize the functionality that's already there in SAP? And that leads into the recommended option, using the CS module, customer service module, with finance and controlling, and with business intelligence, either business warehouse or business objects. Everything is all plugged together, so as long as the configuration is set up, you can determine the profitability of your service activities, because as we'll see, we're capturing all the costs on our cost object, the service order. We're capturing all our revenues through the billing of sales orders. And so that all gets tied together, and you can do nice analysis of profitability that way. And then the third line there is just, if you're using project systems instead of, or in tandem with customer service, that's also tied in with all the standard SAP functionality. So let's get to the fun stuff, the alphabet soup of acronyms that gets confusing for a lot of new people and gets confusing for old folks too, because SAP changes things along the way. So speaking of change, the original name of the module we're talking about in this course was Service Management, and it was for many years. And then along the way, some years back, SAP decided to change it to be called Customer Service, CS. However, some of the naming in the system is still Service Management. That will pop up sometimes. It certainly will also pop up out in the marketplace. People will be looking for service management consultants. So you need to be aware that that is a name of the same thing. Same as CS and SM are the same thing. Now the next little row I want to point out to you here is SD plus PM equals SM. What does that mean? Well, what that means is plant maintenance, PM, is really a different side of the same coin as service management. I mentioned this earlier, but the functionality in plant maintenance and service management are the same. It's just that service management is also combined with SD, with the billing and pricing functions of SD, and you add those into the functionality of PM and you get SM. It's just that plant maintenance is really inward facing, so it deals with the maintenance of a company's internal assets, their own factories and equipment and trucks and whatnot. Whereas SM, service management, is taking care of a customer's equipment, their stuff. So really two sides of the same coin. And in fact, if you look in configuration, the configuration node for SM and PM are shared. They're the same node in the IMG, as well as a lot of the tables are the same. So they're really just two sides of the same coin. Next up here we got PM equals EAM. What is EAM? EAM is Enterprise Asset Management, and so that's the newer term SAP uses for plant maintenance functionality. There's a little additional stuff in there with EAM, but it's pretty much the same thing as PM. So if you hear somebody looking for an EAM consultant, they're looking for a plant maintenance person. And then finally here, I want to make a distinction between CRM service and ECC CS. So ECC is the Enterprise Core Component. That's the main SAP product that's been around forever, also called ERP. So in this course, we're going to be focusing on the customer service module of ECC. SAP also has a product called CRM, SAP CRM, of which there is a service module, a service component. So there's both sales and service in SAP CRM. A lot of that functionality is the same. A lot of that functionality requires an ECC backend. Some of the functionality in ECC CS is better than CRM. Some of the functionality, well, I guess that's an opinion, in my opinion. And some of the functionality on the CRM service side is better and different. But we're going to be dealing with ECC customer service in this course. In addition, there's also Hybris, which SAP owns. SAP bought a company called Hybris, which is an omni-channel solution. So it's got web sales. It also has its own service functionality there. So there's even further functionality in the SAP world around service.